Hey, I wanted to talk today about Days of Heaven. This is Jcrash. Days of Heaven, it's a film from the early 70s that may be kind of obscure for some of you Gen Xers out there. I mean, I hadn't heard of this film. It certainly was obscure to me, and I happened to one day stumble on this movie. And it really just changed the way I looked at movies. It made me realize how powerful an art form filmmaking can be, and it really just changed my entire outlook. I mean, it's just an incredible achievement here, and that's really a testament to Terrence Malick, the director. And this guy alone, he's got just a really interesting story. He came out with Badlands. It was his first film, and he followed up here with Days of Heaven. And then he just kind of disappeared like the entire 80s, and there was a lot of different rumors as to where he was and what he was doing. He was a philosophy professor and all kinds of interesting stuff. Nevertheless, he did resurface in I believe it was the 90s at one point, and he did The Thin Red Line, which was also a really incredible film. And Terrence Malick has a style that's really unique. It's really his own, and he is really just an artist, and film is his vehicle. And not only is Days of Heaven an achievement in cinematography, it's really just an achievement in art in general. Even the simplest things in this film look incredible. The imagery, the symbolism, the panning shots of the scenery and contrast of nature that Malick presents is just an achievement in filmmaking. And there's not a lot of dialogue in Days of Heaven. Now, there is a plot, and it's a pretty simple plot, but the film is very open. It's very free. And it even kind of pays a little tribute to silent film, in that there's some dialogue taking place, but we can't hear what they're saying. And Malick plays with different sound techniques and stuff, and he puts different sounds in the forefront, like background sounds in the forefront, so we can't totally hear what is being said in the conversation, yet we develop an idea of what's being said in our minds, just based on the symbolism and the body gesture and the way the film is shot. It's just incredible. It's very sparing, and you do have to have a degree of patience to appreciate this film. But the way Malick captures the period here, it's a period piece. The story takes place in the early 1900s. Very basic plot. Richard Gere, he's a factory worker in the city. He accidentally kills his foreman in an argument, and he has to get out of town. So he jumps a train. He takes his little sister and his girlfriend with him, and they go down to the Texas Panhandle, and they get hired on to work this wheat harvest on this huge farm. And this story takes place. The owner of the farm is a young guy, and he takes a fancy to Gere's girlfriend. Of course, he thinks that it's Gere's sister. So this weird triangle develops, and it's really coincides with the general delivery of life at this time and in this time period, and the harvesting and the land and the vast openness of these fields. It's the loneliness and isolation. It's incredible. But then again, the background shots and the contrasts of nature, just amazing. Really a film that says so much with saying so little, really, in dialogue. A beautiful piece of artwork. I highly recommend this film. Probably one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Days of Heaven. Check it out. This is Jcrash in the Car.